And he'll be like, is that a grapefruit up there? We're like, no, it's an eggplant. You're getting them mixed up again.
I don't think my ass could tell one from the other. So he just took cinnamon and put it in there and like refolded it.
And just wait for the day they
Wait
crash.
for the day their airbag deploys and they get a fucking face full of cinnamon along with their airbag.
This is a dumb question, but plants don't have genders, right?
See what the difference in perspective
And just
is.
as a curveball, bitch chicken in here as well. One bitch chicken.
Yeah, the last week here has been scorcher, man.
It's been unreal. Like Mel and I were saying the whole time, like it just feels like we're in Taiwan. It's like we're close to Taiwan territory in the summer.
Because not only is it hot, it is humid.
It's so sticky. It's so sticky. Like I can't go outside for more than I can't be outside during the day for more than 15 minutes without really just sweating.
Yeah.
And then just feeling gross.
Yeah.
Like I got to shower.
It's like there's some new species of parasite trying to breed in your gooch.
Right, yeah. That's a good description. It's very colorful. I've been using it as like a fake excuse to stay indoors. I'm like, yeah, it's probably good that we're just staying home this weekend. It's like we stay home every weekend. But for some reason I like to blame the weather. Like if it's raining, I'm like, oh well, I have an excuse to stay indoors.
That's just the dad instincts kicking in, man.
It is.
It's at least it cools off to some degree at night, so that the air conditioning can like power through and cool things down enough that you can sleep.
Yeah, exactly. I'm so glad. For a minute I was regretting fixing my AC when I did, but I don't think I would have survived the summer if I didn't.
You would have cooked, man.
I wouldn't have seen you for you. You would have never come to this house. You would have been like, well, I guess we're doing Zooms now for the pod.
Dude, I would have gotten a hammock and just installed it somewhere, like in the living room. Just hung a hammock and then
just in the kitchen, with the freezer door open.
Yes.
Why is my energy bill $600?
Only 600?
Actually, I'd be way more than that. Actually, it gets to around 500 during the summer.
I'm surprised it's not more, but
yeah.
I mean,
it is just me for the most part living here, so it would be way crazier.
Has it gone down since you upgraded the AC?
I haven't checked it since then, but I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be well. It has to have, because the old unit was so old, it was so inefficient, and it was pulling so many watts, unnecessarily.
Watson.
That's why I replaced it, because it was tripping the breaker. And
yeah, that's not the
devil,
safest of things.
And sorry, the AC. Speak of the devil, dude. Just heard us talking about him and turned on, ruining our audio. Let me just turn it off. It might take a second to turn off, but it'll turn off. And then we'll be sweating for the rest of the pod.
Yeah.
No, I'm actually all right.
Reminds me of helping out with one of Aaron's early shoots.
Uh-huh.
And I had a small part, but it was a house, and there was like some traffic noise and some background noise, and me not knowing anything about anything had the bright idea to say, oh, I have a Bluetooth speaker. Maybe I can put just like a little bit of like white noise in the background
to drown out
like
the ambient noise.
Yeah.
For the recorder, for the audio.
For the audio.
Oh my god.
And he was like, and nobody was like, oh, that's a terrible idea, and they just went with it. And then later Aaron was like, dude, that was the worst fucking idea ever. I've never had such a bitch of a time editing audio.
Oh my god. No, it's what's shocking is that nobody stopped you. Everyone was like,
well, it was
yeah,
all
this
students.
is fine.
It was a
Still,
student
you would
project.
think if come on, you're paying what, $80,000 for an education? Like someone would be like, that
hey,
it doesn't work that way.
I taught them a valuable lesson.
I bet they're on some like film podcast, just going like, well, there's this one time this dumbass suggested that we did white noise to cover up sirens.
It wasn't true white noise. It was more lower frequencies.
Yeah.
So it was more like the term was brown noise.
Okay. Yeah.
Not the fictional one that makes you shit your pants. But there's like just colloquially, there's brown noise, there's pink noise, there's white noise.
Okay.
And that kind of refers to how it covers the spectrum. Like white noise is just full spectrum.
Right.
And then
brown's like the low frequencies.
Yeah, brown is if you're looking at the spectrum like it's a graph, like a where you can adjust the gain on different frequencies. What the hell is it called?
Equalizer.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
If you're looking at it like an equalizer, it's like this on an equalizer.
Yeah, I fall asleep to brown noise. I have to. I can't sleep without brown noise. I was doing white noise for a while, and then I went down this like YouTube rabbit hole. I was like, oh, there's like all these other colors. I had known that there were other colors, and then I just started clicking on them, and then I found brown noise. I was like, oh, this is the shit. And then I found one called creamy brown noise. People are getting so creative with it, dude. And I was like, dude, this is the shit. And like, there's like wild ones. People do like raspberry pie. It's just like raspberry jam. It's just like what?
Wait, somebody's running a a noise generator on a Raspberry Pi?
No, that's just like the name of the like, instead of just colors, they're like, well, why do we stop there? Why don't we go with like foods? There's like a spiked blueberry or some shit like that.
What about banana noise?
Banana noise. I'm sure there's a banana noise. There's just a noise for everything. Inside my butthole noise, like, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But creamy brown is where it's at.
I got an app for my phone that lets you generate your own customized noise blend.
Yeah.
So it's actually you literally said the word 40 seconds ago, and I can't remember.
Equalizer?
Thank you. It's just an equalizer, and so basically you can just set how much intensity you want on each like band range.
Right.
So I just made my own custom curve.
Nice.
And it's like I don't have to use data for that. It's just it runs natively.
That's cool. Yeah, I mean, it's weird. Like, I've noticed like sleep improvements since switching from white to brown. And previously, I only ever knew one kind of creamy brown, but now I have two, and one's much more preferred.
So, have you ever tried other like ambient sounds? Like,
I can't do other ones. Like, I've tried like rain, I've tried thunder, I've tried birds, nature, traffic, airplane. Airplane's like white noise basically, so sometimes that's all right. But
try. You can find like 10 hours of the Starship Enterprise engine room.
Oh yeah. I think I've come across that one. I don't think I've ever fallen asleep to it, but it is cool that it's out there.
I appreciate people who take the time to take like interesting atmospheric sounds and put them out there to.
It's crazy how popular those are, like to the point where they've become thematic. Mm-hmm. You know, so it's like no matter what you're into, like you can find something. It's like, oh, if you're into fantasy, there's like a fantasy woods, like magical forest sounds or whatever.
Totally.
My thing, I think it's also sparked by like the ASMR boom.
Definitely.
That's actually what I've been doing lately, is ASMR. But I only fall asleep to one ASMR artist, which is this Chinese lady. Mm-hmm. Her name's Ting Ting, and she has an accent. She's like a thick, heavy Chinese accent. She goes, "Oh, hello, welcome back. Today I do your makeup and give you happy ending in the sauna. We make Chinese dumpling." And I'm like, oh my God, like I could die right now happy. It's so good. Nothing hits me harder than that.
It's bizarre how it's like there are certain things that just work.
Triggers, yeah.
For it's just dependent on your brain.
Yeah. It's exactly.
It's amazing how there's somewhere out there there's the perfect ASMR artist for whoever's brain.
Yep, 100%.
I still have yet to find mine. I have
yeah.
To be honest, not looked that hard.
Right. Do you get ASMR? Do you get like the actual tingle, like sensation down
rarely,
your spine and all
very
that?
Very rarely.
Okay. Yeah.
I absolutely have experienced it, but it's not something that I can easily trigger.
Do you remember like what triggered you in the past? What's triggered you?
Very generally speaking, like very epic music.
Ooh.
Especially if you for me it's been typically really epic music of like orchestral music.
Yeah.
What is it? Alia. No.
Halo theme song would do it for me.
Adagio for strings.
Okay.
Has this really intense crescendo.
Yeah.
That used to get me.
Right.
And I was like if you listen to the same piece of music too many times, you can ruin it. So I had to just leave it.
Yeah.
But it probably still works.
Yeah, I'll get to that point at some point. But so far, Ting Ting's done my makeup like 50 million times, and I still love every second of it.
That's awesome. I'm kind of jealous, honestly.
I can't stop, dude. And it's like my last memories whenever I go to sleep is always just like her just saying some shit like, and then we stretch your leg a little more. And then like I'll get like a jolt, like I'll like like the tingling will be so intense that I'll actually like spaz, and that's the last, and then I wake up.
Dang,
8 hours later.
That sounds actually really, really nice. I'm pretty jealous.
Every night that happens. It's awesome. I love it.
What do you wear earbuds?
Earbuds, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The everyday.
Yes.
They're pretty low profile for sleeping.
Yep, they're a little more low profile than the Tozos I got. So those are my go-tos for beddies.
The Tozos are great in the shower though.
Oh yeah, I don't. Oh, you know what? This is a weird thing. We could talk about this quirk really quick. We haven't talked about quirks in a while, but I can't do earbuds in the shower because I'm a chicken shit. I'm afraid that someone's gonna sneak up on me when I can't hear anything. And just like it's gonna be full psycho.
The shower's already loud enough. Like you're gonna hear an intruder.
If I could hear like a door. I could hear a door open. I could hear.
You will not. You have a squeaky ass like loud.
Every
ass
door in here
door?
is like 50 years old. They all make noise.
It's true.
And like when you know your house, like you kind of know little sounds here and there.
Yeah.
Like you can kind of just feel. Things
Okay, so you
up.
would if you were in the shower, you would know if somebody opened the door. Sneakily.
No.
Like if there's a ninja coming in there.
No.
Get their stab on.
Actually, you're right because Mel's done that. She snuck up on me and dumped a bucket of ice water on my head. But she is half ninja. She's Asian, so it doesn't really.
She
count.
does have shuffle genetics.
She does. I think she was probably a samurai in a past life. Her
she doesn't lift her feet off the ground.
No, she doesn't. She just kind of like floats. She kind of
the
glides.
soles of her shoes must be 10 kinds of fucked.
Yeah, she's like, that's like a Tom Cruise from Risky Business. She just does that 24/7. That's just her default mode of movement. She just slides around, dude.
She does. She just slides everywhere. She doesn't walk.
Yeah. No, she's dangerous. Got to watch out for that one.
Okay, so you can't wear earbuds in the shower because somebody might sneak up on you.
Yeah, it's just...
God, I'm so proud of her for dumping ice water on you.
I know. I didn't think she had it in her. I really didn't think she had it in her. And then after that, I was just like, who are you? I was like, I don't even know who you are right now. Because she just seems too like timid or too nice, too wholesome to do a prank like that. But then I remember she's Gen Z and like they live like they were raised by pranks.
It's true.
Just ridiculous, viral videos of pranks. So she probably, I should have seen it coming, but she got me on that one. She did get me on that one.
Okay, how fucked up would it be if you took somebody's airbag and put a shitload of cinnamon in there? Like
car airbag?
Yeah.
And then crash their car?
And then no, just you like disassembled it and you made it so that
my God.
Because airbags are kind of folded up like a parachute because they have to be compact and then inflate.
Right.
So you just took cinnamon and put it in there. And like refolded it,
and just wait for the day
their airbag deploys, and they get a fucking face full of cinnamon along with their airbag.
That is diabolical. That's like something you'd see on a TV show, like to go to that length, like to disassemble someone's vehicle.
If you're gonna go to that length, you could put chili powder in there, but that's just fucked up. So that's why I say because you had me thinking of like challenges, and I was like cinnamon challenge.
Yeah, right.
I was like, how do you do a long, the long game prank with cinnamon? And I'm like, put it in their airbag.
Bro, you would be so disoriented that like you would just be like, what like why am I choking up right now? I would think that I was gonna die, like it was like a gasoline leak or something.
Yeah, like
something poisonous.
Like some truck crash nearby, leaking chemicals.
Right. Definitely chemicals. Definitely chemicals. I'm definitely dying in like 5 seconds, and then I would have a panic attack and probably die from that. So it would probably kill me.
Well, fortunately, I don't think it's possible for the average person to tamper with an airbag to any kind of extent, let alone that extent. So
Thank
I think
God
you're
for
safe.
that.
But
Thank goodness,
just make sure you're not on an airbag recall list.
Oh man, yeah, right. If you were a mechanic, you
dude, I had like 2 cars in a row, or maybe 3 that had airbag recalls.
It's always the airbags for some reason. I've had that in a previous car.
Yeah.
Yep.
You want those
Good.
you want
It's
those
the one-
fuckers to be reliable.
Yeah, I guess
It's an explosive device in front of your face.
Yeah.
That's saving your face from crashing into a steering wheel at,
Right.
at high speed.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's a dangerous thing for dangerous circumstances.
That's
you
true.
want it to work correctly.
I'm sure there's a million things that, they could recall your car for, but no, they're not going to make the effort for the AC. You know what I mean? But a life-saving device like that, like an airbag, they don't want to get lost.
It wasn't so much the life-saving aspect of it. It was more the life-taking aspect of it, because the main
right, it could kill them.
Yeah, the from what I recall, the main thing that was causing the recall was not so much that it was not functioning to spec,
Yeah.
which already would be bad. It was that it was literally exploding and shooting shrapnel into people's faces.
Right. Yeah. That's insane. That's insane.
So not only did you just crash, but now you have shards of metal in your
Right.
face.
Yeah. Yeah. It's become a weapon.
And you may have not had an airbag, so you have shrapnel in your face, and you probably wanged your head on a steering wheel, which I've done before, and it is unpleasant.
Oh my God.
I got rear-ended at a low enough speed that my airbag didn't deploy.
Yeah.
But I still managed to bounce my forehead off of my airbag, and I had a mark on my forehead for like a week.
Wait, how'd you bounce it off of your airbag if
Or
it didn't
my
deploy?
steering wheel.
Oh, your steering wheel. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And really bad whiplash. God, whiplash sucks.
Did you, man, you could have called one of those billboards and been like, let's sue this guy for 10 mil.
Right?
You really could have.
I know. I
Shot for the moon, dude. I would. I would definitely do that.
It didn't occur to me. I was
Man.
in the middle of, because it's amazing how much of a crisis it is to not have any savings and be in the situation of having to work and having to find a new car or mode of transportation.
Yeah.
And having the pressure of dude, I didn't even have that much pressure. I didn't have I wasn't really paying rent.
Sure.
I didn't have any loved ones, family, anybody to I was just responsible for myself. It was already very challenging to maneuver all that show. So
Yeah.
hats off to people who can deal with crises,
Right.
and have families and go to work
Yeah.
and all that stuff. I was just I have a job,
Yeah.
and that's it. I have a job, and I needed to get a new car, and I don't have a whole lot of money.
Yeah.
And already that was nearly insurmountable, it felt like at the time.
It makes you wonder, in those moments where we struggle, like you and I struggle, where it's we have no dependence. How do people do it when they have 3 kids, a wife, they have a mortgage, or they have rent or whatever, and they live in LA, which is super expensive. Everything is expensive here. One emergency, just so many people are already in debt.
Dude,
how do they do it? Do they
It
just?
is-
I think a lot of people just continually go down that hole of debt.
It's got to be
What a
just
nightmare.
soaking in a slow cooker of stress hormones and cortisol.
I can't even imagine because then if you have multiple kids, then you can't afford daycare. So that means one person needs to stay home with the kids a lot of the time, which means that you're living on one income.
Another kid is missing soccer practice.
Sure, yeah. And you're on a single income with 5 people.
Oh my God, this is stressing me out.
You get
dude.
into a car crash. It's like my life would feel over. I would panic instantly. And I just don't know how people do it. That's why everyone I know who's moved out of California, moved out of LA, has never looked back. Not one person I know who's moved out has ever returned.
Really?
Not one. I'm waiting for the day when someone's like,
I've heard
Minnesota
that's the thing.
sucks, dude. But no, not one. The track record is 100%. It's 100%.
See, I actually in this particular case, I give more weight to just anecdotal evidence like this.
Yeah.
'Cause I can actually say the same thing.
Yeah.
Despite having read articles about how, a bunch of people from California moved to Texas, and they're like, "Oh shit, it sucks here. I'm going back to California.
Yeah.
I miss California."
Right.
But anecdotally, I have not actually seen that either.
My friend from college, David. I don't know if you remember David, but he was at my bachelor party. But he and his, I think, girlfriend / fiance at the time, they were living in some shitty apartment in Culver City, paying $1,500 a month or whatever for next
Which
to nothing.
at the time was like expensive.
Exactly. Yeah.
At the time, and now it sounds reasonable.
Right. And that was only like maybe 4 or 5 years ago. And it's like it's shot up so much since then. But within, I think maybe 3 years ago, they moved to Florida, like close to Orlando. They have their own house. They have a kid. They had a kid while they were in Florida.
Okay.
And like they're just living their life. They're fine. Where they could barely afford a 1-bedroom apartment in like a rough part of town.
That's crazy, man.
Unbelievable.
But the trade-off is you're living in Florida.
But you know what?
I mean, if
you get used to it. You get whatever shitty place you live. I think most people get used to it enough where they won't trade in all of the like the increased like lifestyle, like the enhanced lifestyle. You know what I mean?
You lose certain things, like you lose, I can go to the beach or I can go skiing.
Sure.
And you lose, I can go to whatever cuisine restaurant I want within 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But you gain, like, I don't have to pay out the ass for everything, get taxed 3 times on everything.
Yeah.
And I have, there's some room, like,
yeah.
I'm not crammed into some little thing.
And as you geese up, you go out less. You go out way less. You're like, I kind of just want to stay home. I have everything I need here. My family's here.
I have built a home. I put the things that I like in this place.
Right.
I'm paying to be here.
I got beer in the fridge. Why do I need to go to a bar?
Like, yeah, exactly.
And you have a family. Let's say you have a family, right? So it's like you don't need to go out looking for chicks. You don't need to like date around. Your whole life, your whole world is right there. And also, if you do go out and you bring the wife and the kids, you're paying for 5 people.
Right.
You go to somewhere like Chili's, which isn't even fucking expensive, and you're spending $100 plus. Easy.
Don't go to Chili's, man. Don't go to Chili's.
Don't go to Chili's, PSA.
Don't go to Applebee's.
I brought that up specifically to tell you all to not go to Chili's. I tell you, I found a big-ass housefly in my cheese and my chips and queso.
Ew.
It was great. It was great. It was like the one thing that Chili's was worth going to for. It was like their chips and queso was great, and they would like come out in this nice little basket, and then I just picked up one of the chips, and underneath it was just like the fattest housefly I'd ever seen. And then like the waiter was just like this dude who was checked out. He was like me when I was in college. You know, it was like basically karma. Because I just looked at it. I was like, dude, I didn't even say anything. I just was like, dude, and I like looked at the fly, and he looked at the fly, and he was just like, oh man, yeah. You know what? You want me to take that back for you? And I'm like, no, I'm gonna eat it. And he was like, oh, cool. I'm like, no, take it back, dude. Take it back.
Yeah, that does sound like karma.
But like, I remember specifically, like, didn't comp us anything. Not even like comped us a soda. Nothing.
No shit.
Nothing. It was just like, oh fuck, and then just brought us back more chips.
Oh, shit happens.
Yeah, dude.
Oh man.
But yeah, so avoid Chili's at all costs.
Okay. Noted.
Don't go there with your family. You'll scar them all.
Dude, the last time I went, I don't know if it was Chili's. I want to say it was Chili's. Was over 15 years ago, and it was. I want to say it was in Nebraska.
Sounds about right.
Or what state is famous for its corn-fed beef? I want to say Nebraska.
I mean, I know corn is.
Yeah.
Nebraska
so anyway,
is
but
corn,
somehow
so.
they managed to serve a terrible steak.
Yeah.
I was like, how?
That's sad.
This is where the steak is made.
That's so sad.
Although the irony is, now that I think about it, I remember being in Georgia, which is the peach state. Like that is their thing.
Yeah.
Which now that I think about it, I'm thinking about butts.
Not to be confused with the grapefruit state, which is about dicks. Oh wait, no, that's.
There's no grapefruit state.
It was just a chance to take a dig at you.
Shit, what is that thing called? I can't even remember now.
Eggplant.
Eggplant state.
Eggplant confused. Ian confuses grapefruits with eggplants on a regular basis. Like it's just that one of those weird quirks that he can't distinguish the difference in his mind at first.
It's okay.
Which is very bizarre.
Imagine you're running on autopilot and you just go to reach for your keys.
Yeah.
But you use the wrong hand. Like
you pull your dick out?
No, you just reach into the wrong pocket.
Okay.
So instead of pulling your keys out from your left pocket, you pull your phone out from your right pocket.
Right.
But your brain tells you, oh, everything's running on muscle memory. Everything's fine. So this is the correct result.
Yeah, it is. It's a weird form of muscle memory.
So I sometimes, for some reason, I get into these situations where I'm trying to think of eggplant, and my brain fucking just goes into my memory and grabs grapefruit and says, "Here you go."
That is so wild.
And I'm actively trying to pull the word eggplant.
If we go into the hard drive of your brain, there's a file of just a JPEG of a fucking grapefruit, and it's titled Eggplant.
No, it's titled Grapefruit.
Or it's
but then it's titled Grapefruit too.
Yeah, Grapefruit too. Yeah, it's totally
because there's already a file called Grapefruit.
Right. Yeah,
which is correct.
They're both grapefruit.
Yeah.
So is it one way? So it's a one-way confusion. You'll confuse.
If I see a grapefruit, I know it's a grapefruit, and I know I know the word grapefruit. It's not a problem.
Right.
But if I encounter an eggplant, there's a moment where I have to audit the results of what my memory is serving me, and go, am I getting the right fucking data here?
Is this both visual and like text? Like if you see a physical eggplant, your brain will think grapefruit.
No, it's visual. If I see eggplant, I know eggplant.
Okay.
Like that's correctly connected.
Okay.
It's associated accurately, but
if you see it visually.
Yeah. If I see it verbally, like
verbally
in text.
Like
in text.
Okay, in text, like on a menu.
Right.
Okay.
I know what eggplant is. I'm good. But if I see a picture of an eggplant,
that's fine.
Or I'm trying to conceptualize.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of that word.
Yeah.
Then sometimes my brain will just be like, here, have a grapefruit.
So like when you're at a Mediterranean restaurant and you see baba ganoush on the menu and the description is grilled eggplant with a savory oil.
Not a problem. I know what eggplant is.
Okay. Oh, but if
you send me an eggplant emoji, there's a 50% chance that I'm trying to think of the word to say.
Okay.
And my brain will just be like, here's a grapefruit.
Okay, so you do understand the text, but it's if you see the photo of it, if you see an image
if
of
I see it, if it's a concept.
Got it.
Especially a visual or audio based concept.
Yeah.
If I see it written in text, immediately that's understood. If I see a picture,
yeah,
I will either like immediately make sure that I'm getting the right word, and then take 10 times longer to get because I'm jumbling through a bunch of memory and trying to find the word. It's not labeled correctly. Or I'll just say grapefruit.
The next time we throw you a birthday party, it's got to be eggplant and grapefruit themed.
But those are two things I
my vote.
Dislike. I dislike both of those things.
It is funny how you dislike both of them too.
Eggplant is just like.
I mean, it's not.
I never had an eggplant involved dish where I was like, God damn, this eggplant is pulling its weight. Like
in a Chinese dish, like a stir-fried eggplant with like kung pao shit.
Never had something where I was like, man, this eggplant.
Have you had baba ganoush?
Yes.
Okay.
And hummus is far better.
Oh my God. Stop. Hummus is played out, dude.
No.
Hummus is top 40.
No. Hummus.
Baba ganoush.
Hummus is oldie but goldie.
Oh man.
Baba ganoush is too fucking oily and thin.
Too much oil is not a thing, dude.
And I don't like the bitterness of it. I like bitter things. I like dark chocolate.
It's grilled.
I don't like
smoky. It's delicious. It's complex.
And grapefruit is bitter too. So fuck them both.
What's with you and bitterness and vinegar? You don't like anything good, dude. You don't like IPAs.
Okay, literally bitterness and vinegar are distinctive, like primary flavor components that we are programmed to avoid.
So you're saying your palate is very vanilla?
No, I'm saying that for some reason, I like things that are not so much sour necessarily, but I do like some very, very I'll eat baking chocolate, dude. That's unsweetened. Like unsweetened chocolate or dark chocolate.
That's chocolate. Chocolate gets a pass, dude.
Exactly.
Chocolate's chocolate.
Or coffee.
Okay.
I do like me some dark ass coffee.
Do you drink your dark coffee with sugar or no?
No.
Okay.
Just a little bit of cream. I'm good.
Yeah.
But
wild. You're
grapefruit and
freaking
eggplant,
alien, dude.
Both of those things.
No.
Hard pass. Hard pass.
Love both of them. Love. Eggplant. No one really eats eggplant by itself. You have to prepare it with something or make it into a dish. But when it's done right, it's so good. Grapefruit.
I've never had somebody try to serve me eggplant.
Never had a paloma. You don't like palomas?
No.
Paloma cocktail. A little bit of vodka. A little bit of grapefruit juice.
That's why I was like no to that, and I was like,
goodness.
I will take the mango mule.
Have you ever tried sprinkling some salt on a grapefruit? It's a nice.
I don't think that I have.
It's a nice balance.
I don't.
Well, I'm gonna get a grapefruit for next week, and then we'll try preparing it a couple different ways. I'll look up some articles online, like how to get your kid to eat grapefruit, and then we'll try them on you. We'll try them on you. You boof it. Yeah. We're going to do that next week, guys. Ian's going to boof a whole grapefruit up his butt. Stay tuned. It's going to be great. And then next we'll do an eggplant. And he'll be like, is that a grapefruit up there? We're like, no, it's an eggplant. You're getting them mixed up again.
I don't think my ass could tell one from the other.
Your ass and your brain are on the same page with that.
They don't have nearly the expertise.
Dude, you could definitely tell the difference between a grapefruit or an eggplant up your butt. 100%.
Probably.
One is phallic and the other one's just a basketball. If you can't tell the difference, then you're already stretched out beyond help. There's permanent damage was done long ago.
I mean, yeah, I think it would be pretty clear which one was which there. After a little initial confusion, perhaps.
Oh man! Speaking of groceries, we went to H Mart the other day. And
dude, H Mart is great.
H Mart is great. It's an Asian supermarket, it's mostly Korean supermarket, and super packed. It was busy, but not like Disneyland busy. But then I was like, there were no carts. They were all out of carts. I've never been to a grocery store where they were out of carts. I looked at the security guard and I was
were they all in use?
They were all in use. I looked
what
around.
About baskets?
There were no baskets either. Nothing. Thank God Mel brought her reusable bag, so we used that. But I looked at the security guard, some dude at the front, and I was like, where are the carts? He's like, he just shrugged. He was just like, give me a shrug, like, they're gone.
Okay.
I was like, all right, that's new. And it wasn't even that crowded. It was like busy, but it wasn't crazy. I'm like, how do you not have enough carts? That seems like that's like a bakery running out of bread. A gas.
Maybe people are stealing the
carts. Running out
carts.
of gas. Maybe. I thought they had those little lock wheels on them, though.
I don't know, man.
You ever had one of those lock up on you, like in the store?
Not in the store.
I think I've had them lock up on me in the parking lot. It's
all
like
all of a sudden,
it's so embarrassing. You just look so dumb. You're just like running or whatever. Like you're just moving along, and then and everyone's just like, "The hell's wrong with that guy?"
I had a roommate who'd had a cart like that, and they just fucking pushed the thing all the way home. Just
what?
wearing one of the wheel, like the wheel that locks up, just had this huge flat spot on it.
Oh my god!
The dude was just like, I don't fucking care. I'm just gonna keep pushing this cart.
Was your roommate a crackhead? What the hell? Who's stealing carts?
Possibly.
Why do you even steal a cart? Unless you're unhoused. Sorry. Unless you're an unhoused person.
I don't know. Being fucking lazy, I think, is one of those.
That sounds like a lot of work to push a cart that doesn't.
I will say
roll.
I made that trip before. I don't know if it was the same trip, but I walked from a grocery store home
without a cart,
carrying two armfuls of groceries.
Yeah,
and it was a workout.
Oh, so he didn't have a cart, like that's why he was doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I've also I learned from that. So then after that, I got a bike and a backpack.
Yeah.
And then I would fill my backpack and then have just extra bags if there were additional groceries that didn't fit in my backpack. Just take the extra bags and tie them onto my backpack.
Yeah, right.
So it'd look like I had a fucking backpack with just like
Tumors
scrotums of like grocery bag scrotums
your
just
backpack
dangling
had
off of it.
massive truck nuts on your backpack.
It was a challenge to control because
they're swinging around.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
you have
As nuts do.
pendulous momentum.
Right.
That's kind of unpredictable coming from behind you.
Right.
Wobbling you around.
What do you expect from a bunch of grapefruits and eggplant, dude? It's just
Yeah, that's all I could eat at the time.
on your back.
It's just a diet of nothing but grapefruit and eggplant. Speaking of vegetables that are a mistake, I made a mistake a few episodes ago. I was talking about Cholla, Cactus.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we have a correction on the pod, a factual error.
Yeah, so I have put out the disclaimer that You should not take anything that I say as fact, and emphasize that with the disclaimer that I strongly endorse for just about anything that you hear anywhere, which is don't take my word for it. Do your own research. But I was rereading about something that I found interesting, which was Cholla cactus. And it turns out there's multiple species of Cholla. There's one particular which reproduce sexually, which is the normal way. You have flowers, you have pollen, seeds, etc., etc.
Nice.
The literal birds and the bees. And there's one particular species of Cholla which in some areas reproduces clonally or asexually by just breaking off pieces that will then root and grow and create new organisms that are genetically identical to the original organism they broke off of.
Right.
I made a blanket statement that like all Cholla everywhere is clones, which is in retrospect pretty stupid.
Okay. So it's just one.
So yeah, there's one, like found in particular areas, ranges that shows that behavior.
Yeah.
And the rest of them apparently reproduce sexually.
At least you got one of them right. Wait, so then our Cholla, like, are they don't have gender?
No, there's multiple species of cactus that are referred to as Cholla.
Right.
The one that I was specifically referring to is, I believe, also called, I don't remember the Latin name for it. The Latin name for a particular species will tell you very precisely like the species. So
right.
you don't, because you can have like a fruit that has 15 different names depending on where you go. People will call it different things.
Sure.
Even in the same language.
Yeah.
But the one that I'm referring to is jumping Cholla or teddy bear Cholla.
Are those the ones from Joshua Tree?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Like the ones that we saw there,
because they jump.
Yeah, the ones that get the little balls, spiky balls.
Yeah, they get hyphy.
Yeah, so there can be whole stands of those that are all genetically identical. But,
gotcha.
There's lots of other. There are other species of Cholla, and they tend to reproduce.
This is a dumb question, but plants don't have genders, right?
That's a loaded question.
Oh. Is it now?
I don't know. Fucking gender is a loaded question, man.
Are we about to assume plants' gender?
Okay, so if you Google stamen, I believe that is the male part of a plant's sexual organ.
Stamen? There's a stamen convention. Is it about plant wieners? No,
I can't
that's
think of the other.
The bidding convention and the card game contract bridge. Never mind. I'm probably spelling it wrong. Anyway, so there's a plant wiener called stamen.
It's a flower, bro.
Okay.
Like a flower, your average flower is just plant genitals.
Oh.
So when you're grabbing a bunch of flowers and giving them to a woman, you're like, here, have a bag of dicks.
Whoa. You're just castrating a bunch of plants.
Yeah.
And then
like imagine if you can't move.
Yeah.
Then your genitals are just like you have to make them very attractive.
Right.
You have to make things come and just fucking get jivey and just have the jazziest genitals in the neighborhood.
That is true.
So people will come and get your cum on them and then go and hang out on other genitals and spread it around.
Plants are just peacocking.
Yeah.
They're just peacocking constantly.
So their fruits are their babies essentially. You know, if you have like a interesting one is mangoes and avocados, because both of those are stone fruit that were originally made for really large mammals, like woolly mammoth sized mammals to eat.
Right.
Because fruit like that, you have like a stone fruit has like a really big seed in it essentially. And it's designed to pass through an animal's digestive system, get pooped out, and then sprout.
Gotcha.
But they're the animals that would naturally do that. Any animal that actually eat an avocado or a mango. Well, elephants might. I don't know. Anyway, avocado, I'll stick with that.
Yeah.
Those there's no animal that would do that. So
Sure.
it's cool that avocados are still around, and the reason they are is because humans like them.
Right.
And they'll eat them and just throw the pits wherever, and then you got more avocados growing.
Shout out to Mexicans.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Mexicans, we probably wouldn't have avocados.
Dude, somebody just bred a new, registered a new cultivar of avocado, and they're fucking big and beefy.
Are they still green, or they changed color?
I don't know. I only saw one picture, and it looked like it was ripe, but the skin of the fruit was green.
Oh. That's new.
But the inside was green too.
Okay.
It had a proportionally larger pit.
Yeah.
But it was a very big chonky for avocado.
Damn. Is it genetically modified, or is it just naturally
genetic modification versus breeding is arguably the same thing.
Okay.
Outside of certain parameters.
Yeah.
That you so yeah, it's through breeding.
Right.
Which is how the current king avocado cultivar, which I can't think of the name of right now.
So humans are just doing we're just forcing arranged marriages on fruits.
Dude, yeah, so no, all kinds of we change all the living things that we're in contact with. So
right.
Like corn, for example, or wheat used to have, hundreds of years ago, have far fewer and smaller kernels.
Yeah. Ooh, interesting.
So yeah, we
used to be 10 kernels on a whole cob.
Yeah,
now
and they would you'd be lucky if they weren't just little dry nuggets.
Is that so because it's more bite size, fits in our mouths better?
No, it's because we wanted the one corn plant to produce more food per plant.
Right. Okay.
So we humans have modified through accident or intention, not just plants but also other living creatures like chickens and pigs and cows.
I remember
to produce more.
I lived through we lived through the era where we bred out watermelon seeds, the black ones. Mm-hmm. I remember growing up that I'd have to spit out the black ones.
Yeah.
And then one day they weren't in them, and it didn't connect with me that we did that. I thought my mom was just cheaping out. She got the poor watermelons, the black seeds, and then one day I don't know. I was maybe she got a raise, and now we can afford nice watermelons.
Yeah.
That are just seedless.
You should try the old school watermelon. It has I would say the trade-off is you get more flavor.
There's always a trade-off. Seems like it.
And that's the same thing with grapes.
Yeah, seedless grapes.
Have you ever eaten grapes and been oh yeah, there's seeds in here. I got to spit them out.
The ones you get at H Mart. You can get some seeded grapes at H Mart, and those are way sweeter.
Yeah.
They're a pain in the ass though, so I do take the seedless ones most of the time.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
So yeah, the average chicken that you eat is the size. The size of chickens is crazy. How fast they grow.
Right.
They're barely out of toddler age by the time that we're eating them.
That's crazy.
But if you look at the same age chicken 50 years ago, it would have been 1/3 the size at that age.
Damn, that's wild.
And we've just bred them. We bred them to the point, dude. We bred chickens to the point where they can actually cause severe muscle damage just by flapping their wings too much.
Oh, damn.
So if you've ever gotten a chicken breast and it's had this weird kind of green gray goopy sort of cyst or chunk or channel in it.
Where are you getting your chicken breast, dude?
I'm just saying this is what happens.
What?
So when you work out, you exercise, you get a muscle pump, right?
Yeah.
You know that effect?
A muscle pump?
Your muscle muscle pump is you get more blood rushing to your muscle feels tight, right? So we've bred chickens to the point where their muscles are too big for their fascia.
Wait, what's fascia?
Fascia is, you ever deal with lamb? You ever like cook with lamb?
Yeah.
Or beef, and you have like that silvery coating on top on the outside of a muscle.
Oh, okay.
Like we're talking meat, so muscle is meat.
Right.
So fascia would be like the silvery coating on the outside of a muscle. So fascia is kind of like the glue, like the if you think of your muscle like a balloon, the fascia is like the latex.
Okay.
Except fascia is not very stretchy.
Mm-hmm.
So
it breaks easy.
It can bend, but it doesn't stretch well. So the problem is when
they're hulking out of their own selves.
Yes. So chickens, if they get worked up and they're flapping their wings too much, they get all this increased blood in the pectoral muscles, the chicken breast.
Right. Those pump up.
They pump up so much that they compress because the fascia can't expand.
Right.
So there's so much pressure in that muscle.
Yeah.
That parts of the muscle just aren't getting blood flow anymore, and they die.
Yeah. Oh shit.
And then you have
blowing up the balloon too much. Latex can't handle it. It's gonna pop, dude.
It squeezes the latex squeezes back down so hard.
Right.
That it compresses areas of the muscle so much that they're not getting blood flow and they die.
Ugh.
So then you have chicken breasts that have pieces, like areas that are just dead.
Yeah.
They're not turning into pus and rot and septicemia because it was already basically a clean environment. It was just muscle tissue that died.
Right.
But it's a not a cool thing to find in your food. It's not appealing or highly delicious thing to eat.
That's rough existence as a farm chicken.
Yeah, that's the overbreeding of chicken is
so sad.
That's one of the side effects of it is they can't get too worked up.
That's very sad.
Or they can flap themselves into a state of less monetary value because they damage their own muscles.
That's a rough existence.
Dude, chicken, like,
it's a good thing we're eating them,
bro. If you believe in reincarnation,
get them out of that.
I think I would rather. I would, if I had to be reincarnated and I had to choose between being a factory raised chicken or like a pet rat.
Rat.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you're like my pet rat, I'd feed you like 3 times the amount. You'd be like a fat rat, dude. You've seen my cats. You would be living better than most Americans.
Yes.
But yeah, a farm raised chicken, that's like I think that's like what Hitler got reincarnated as. Probably a farm raised chicken.
A male farm raised chicken.
Ooh, a male farm raised chicken.
Actually, no, that's the easy way.
You think female's probably worse, right?
Well, because if you're a factory raised chicken, they don't want the males.
Oh, right.
So they hatch and then they sort them and they throw the males in a blender.
But that's like almost like the easy way out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying. No,
okay,
that's
yeah.
the
So he'd be a bitch chicken.
A bitch chicken.
He'd definitely be a bitch chicken, dude. Hitler's a bitch chicken. I'm gonna put that on my bumper sticker. Hitler's a bitch chicken, which makes sense because he was cowardly. He did take the easy way out. He fucking shot himself.
Yeah.
So he was a bitch chicken already.
No, he was.
Now he's in my KFC bucket.
Every time.
Every time.
I don't know if there's. I don't know. Yeah, I think factory farm chicken is probably one of the worst. Worst
living things you could be on this planet, and it's because of us, of course. I'm not gonna get into it though. I don't want to be gay. That's pretty gay, dude. Let's not be
caring about animals.
So gay to care about animals, dude.
I don't know, man. I
so gay.
I'm a huge hypocrite. I'll eat it.
Yeah.
But does it make it any better if I acknowledge how shitty it is?
Not really.
No, it doesn't.
No. It's like the murderer on standing trial is like, I regret what I did. I'm really sorry. It's like, yeah, you still killed those 5 kids. You're still a monster, dude. No one cares what you have to say. You've done the deed, bro. You're a bitch chicken. You're destined for a bitch chickenry.
If I had the option, I think it would be really cool to be able to go hunting and eat what I hunt.
That'd be cool.
But
fun. Maybe there's like some deeper meaning behind like you are what you eat. It's like a reincarnation thing. It's like whatever you eat, that's what you'll come back as. So if you're just a vegetarian, you just eat plants, like you'll come back as a nice, pretty tulip, or something like that.
I think a tulip would be a pretty quick and meaningless existence, but from the perspective of the tulip, who knows? It could be glorious.
We should interview a tulip on here. Just have him right in the middle. Ask him play 20 questions with a tulip.
Oh,
if we could get a tulip in here, put him right here on this table, and then ask Chat GPT to answer 20 questions as a tulip.
Oh, okay, but but you have to have two.
Two tulips?
You have a tulip and an orchid.
Okay.
And then Chat GPT role playing as each one of them.
Oh, I like that.
See what the difference in perspective
and just as a curveball, bitch chicken in here as well. One bitch chicken just to fucking spice it up, dude.
Formerly known as Hitler.
That'd be crazy to have a pet chicken named Hitler. People are like, oh my God, I can't believe that's so offensive. It's like, no, because I hate Hitler. I want him to come back as a bitch chicken, so,
Yeah, but then you would have
suffering.
to. Then you're putting yourself in the position of being like, well, if I'm gonna pretend this is Hitler, then I have to abuse it.
I have to beat it.
Yeah.
That's true.
And then that's
no.
Just,
I eat its eggs every day.
You eat Hitler eggs?
I
love Hitler eggs.
Damn it! Then we're back to you are what you eat. That I am Hitler, dude. I become what I've hated most,
bro.
I hate this.
Fun fact.
No way out. What?
Fun fact that's of course worth fact checking. It's pretty hip these days to have your own chickens.
Mm-hmm.
But you remember how for a long time they were putting lead in, gasoline and paint and shit?
Yeah.
Turns out there's a lot of topsoil that is high in lead.
Ooh.
And that ends up getting into backyard chickens, and then that ends up getting into their eggs.
Yikes. And people get screwed.
And people are eating, eggs that may have pretty high levels of lead and have no idea.
Damn, dude. Damn.
Yep. So
no chickens for me.
There was
going to the store.
This person had backyard chickens that were showing clear signs of
wigging out,
brain problems.
Yeah,
and they got them tested for lead, of all things. I guess they exhausted some other options because they really cared about their chickens.
Yeah,
and then they found out their lead levels were like
through the roof,
untestably high.
Wow.
Like shit, we just ate 50,000. They got
eggs.
Like there's like a upper limit and a lower limit, right, for detection.
Right.
And it was just like
we don't go this
maxed
high.
Out, past the upper limit, can't measure.
Oh my God, you crack an egg, just like a lead iron comes out. It's like whoa.
No,
I don't think we can cook this.
You can't see it, you can't taste it. It's like their chickens were fucking fucked up in the head, walking sideways and shit. Who knows
wild.
What behavioral problems they were showing.
Fucking Hitler.
But they figured out it was high lead levels, and they paid to have their chickens treated to reduce their lead levels.
Right.
And then their eggs are still high in lead.
Jeez Louise.
And then somebody bothered to write an article about that, and I bothered to read it, and now you're here listening to me talk about it. So fucking test your chickens. I don't know.
Even from the grave, Hitler's terrorizing us.
I'm not trying to blame this one a Hitler. I mean,
okay.
He's got enough on his plate.
Yes. Let's give Hitler a break. Good call, Ian. Hold on, let me go pee really quick and I'll be right back. One last thing before we wrap up the episode.
More set dressing.
I heard you needed a PC.
Oh, it's so big. Oh shit. Something good. Take my time and do it right.
I know you're not a fan of the rainbow because you hate the gays, but we can change it to any color later.
Bro, I hate the gays.
But yeah. Sorry it took me this long, but there it is. I just gave Ian his new PC.
Fuck yeah, dude, that's awesome.
I've been promising you this for a long time. It's a long time coming. I was lagging on it for so long, and eventually got around to it, and it's up and running. I gotta install Windows on it still, but she's looking all right. So really quick. It's got a 7800X 3D, which is currently the fastest gaming CPU on the market.
Okay.
8 cores, 16 threads.
Sexy.
96 gigs of DDR5 memory.
96?
You have an RTX 4080 Super for your graphics card. In quite possibly the largest GPU, I think, on the market right now. This is bigger than a 40. It makes the RTX 4090 Founders Edition look small. It is crazy.
That's basically my whole forearm.
Yeah, it's
in length.
It's ridiculous. It's like a 4.5 slot card, and then there's the boot drives 1 terabyte NVMe, and then there's 2 4 terabyte NVMe's as well. So you have a total of math 9 terabytes. Math. Yep.
Damn.
Yep.
That's awesome, dude. Thank you.
For sure.
That is.
Can crush some games with that.
How much VRAM we talking?
VRAM, I think the 4080 Super has either 12 or 16.
It's got a display on it.
Can't remember. It has an LCD that you can upload your own GIF to. It's a little extra.
That's ridiculous. Awesome, dude.
Yeah.
That's freaking dope.
Temp should be pretty good.
Hell yeah.
Load of fans. Yeah, I would... at some point, I'd like to do like a comparison between your old PC and this new one, just to see.
Oh, I'd be down for that.
How insanely like the difference would be nuts.
I would definitely be down for that.
Just do a sound test. Listen to that.
Dude,
one fan.
The GPU has like some kind of whack bearing.
Yeah.
So it has this little background, like clickety.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the bearing of the fan.
That's what I think it is. Because I looked at it and I was like, sense. Is the fan blade rubbing on something?
Yeah.
Because that's kind of what it sounded like.
Right.
But it's been like 6 years. Wait. What
It's
year
been doing
is
it for 6 years?
It's
that noise?
It's 2024.
Yeah.
It's been 6 years, yeah.
That would drive me insane.
Headphones.
I guess headphones, yeah. But it's obviously only when you're gaming, because your GPU probably doesn't spin up unless you're gaming.
No, it'll spin up at idle.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Probably just gets so hot even at idle.
It's actually really funny because the background noise for the original Overwatch,
yeah,
like just like base menu,
right,
actually had a very similar sound to it.
Oh wow.
And I kind of got used to it, and now that GPU sound kind of makes me like nostalgic.
Just gets you in the mood for gaming,
I guess.
Nice,
dude. This gets me in the mood for gaming. I'm seriously pretty blown away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm preparing to have to move to Windows 11.
Yeah.
So I guess this is like the final.
This is the calling.
This is the judge's mallet saying, "Fucking Windows 11." Because man,
yeah,
it's.
I know what you mean. It took me so long to finally switch, and then, I mean, like anything, you get used to it. I'm not happy about it, but I don't hate it as much as I did.
I don't know. There's something about getting used to something, even in spite of some of the shittiness of it.
Yeah.
And just being comfortable with it.
Right.
It comes with age. You know? Because it used to be that I was all about, I want the next greatest new thing.
Right.
And now I've reached a point where I go, no, I'm comfortable with my operating system.
Yeah.
And I don't want to experience further enshittification by going to Windows 11, because I've seen what they're doing with that.
Right. I mean, it is terrible. Like, it's almost like we are almost at the point where like they've baked in ads.
Yeah.
You know, and it's gotten a lot more pushy.
I've been doing some research about, like, I want to de-bloat Windows 11. I want to harden it, and I want to just have it like a bare bones install.
Yeah. There's a lot you can do in that area, so.
But I'm going to have to deal with it eventually. So I guess this is fate telling me to buckle down and
it's like my parents still using like the built-in GPS of their car instead of just using Google Maps or like Android Auto. I'm like, why? What are you guys doing? They're like sitting there like entering the thing, you know, like with the dial, like one letter at a time. I'm like, you could just tell your phone to take you to McDonald's. We don't need to sit here for an hour. But, you know,
they're going to
familiarity.
Say, we spent extra money on the navigation feature. We're going to use it, damn it.
It's just because they don't know how to use phones or technology.
Oh, no.
But anyway, but yeah, it's finally here.
Pretty fucking badass rig, dude.
Yeah, and I just realized you have a shit ton of I/O on the back. You have 4 USB-C ports. I don't think I've ever seen that on a motherboard. Unless it's like a freaking ProArt or something, like a workstation board maybe.
What is this motherboard?
It's Asus X670E is the chipset, and it's Crosshair Hero.
Okay, now this is gonna be weird, but can I put my old creative
sound card
fatality sound card in here?
Fatality, yes, you absolutely can. Yeah, there's an extra slot there. Wait, is it covering it?
I think it might be able to sit on top of the GPU.
You can. There's no slot for it above it, but there is a slot below it.
Oh, okay.
But the card is so big that the sound card would block the fans. So you might end up just having the same fan noise issue as your current PC.
Okay.
It wouldn't be a noise issue, but it definitely would affect temperatures.
Airflow. Okay.
To a degree.
I'm just going to keep it because I literally just kept that sound card as sort of a nostalgia piece.
Yeah.
Back, like, remember when sound cards were a thing?
Yeah. Dude, it was like the first things I ever asked for when I was dating my ex at the time. It was like my birthday. She's like, "What do you want?" It's the first thing I ever asked her for. I was like, "Give me an Asus Zonar STX sound card." And she's like, "I don't know what that is. Just send me the link." And I loved it, dude. I just plugged in my biodynamic headphones. I was like, "Ah!"
Dude,
so sick.
It's crazy because I actually installed the firmware for it.
Yeah.
And the drivers and everything, and used it. Mm-hmm. And I was like, wow, this actually has, like, for its time, really amazing features.
Yeah.
But then I was like, I actually have gaming headphones that have the same stuff built into the software that come with it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
it's got
like the spatial sound effects and everything.
Right.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
But
that's why I don't really make sound cards anymore. It's like, unless you,
and that's why I keep it. I'm like,
right. Yeah, exactly.
It's like a vestigial organ.
Right.
And I'm like, but this is part of the DNA of PCs.
Second kidney. It is. I know. It just looks cool having it in there.
Yeah.
I should put my sound card back in my system.
How do you have you have a sound card still?
I still have it lying around.
Huh.
I still know exactly where it is.
Nice. That's awesome.
I probably should try it out with my the Focals. That'd be kind of nice,
dude. It can a legit hardware sound card will push a lot more power. So if you have like high impedance, I'm not gonna say impedance headphones.
Yeah,
like I know some.
That's why like my biodynamics was 250 ohms.
Yeah,
so I was like, I'd plug it into like my phone or laptop, and it was like I could barely hear anything. Mm-hmm. And then I got that baby, and I was like, oh shit! It blew my mind.
Crank it.
It's like Italian Job. It's like so loud it could blow girls' clothes off.
But then I remember having background noise of just
staticky,
like just like a
little buzz.
Yeah, like a 60 hertz tone leakage or something.
Yeah.
Because I remember recording, like trying to record like system sound.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I was trying to rip something record something and
couldn't get that buzz out.
Yeah. But now you just run it through. Like you can take whatever and just run it through some
AI.
Yeah, some noise cancellation thing and clean it right up.
We're living in good times, dude. It's a good time to be alive.
It's a weird time, but it's a good time.
I love the accent lighting on this case. I totally didn't realize that it had it, and I'm usually not a fan of like case lighting because it usually looks cheap. But this is probably the best implementation of it I've seen.
It
looks so clean.
It's understated.
It looks so clean.
It's like a really slim phone bezel.
Yeah, right. Very modern.
And the RGB is it's not overwhelming. It's very much present.
Sure.
But it's not raping my retinas.
Yeah, exactly. It's not seizuring out. But yeah, you can change all that super easily.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Freaking stoked.
Enjoy it, dude.
Thank you, man.
We'll get out of your guys' hair, guys. Thank you very much for joining us. This has been super special. We'll see you guys next week.
Later.